You Decide 2012, President Barack Obama and Governor Mitt Romney took the stage for their second debate last night. The candidates really clashed over the economy, energy, the administration's response to the attack in Libya that resulted in the death of 4 Americans, including the U.S. ambassador.
The day after the attack, Governor, I stood in the Rose Garden and I told the American people and the world that we were going to find out exactly what happened, that this was an act of terror.
It took the president 14 days before he called the attack in Benghazi an act of terror.
Get the transcript.
Yeah, it got heated then and at other times as well. Fox 40 political analyst Gary Dietrich joins us live on the phone from San Francisco this morning. Hey, Gary.
Hey, good morning, Paul. And, here's the only thing I'm worried about is Monday's final debate on foreign policy. That handshake, I'm concerned, is going to turn into a jiu-jitsu move.
Yeah, or certainly a big squeeze, and try not to show it that you're in pain. Have you ever seen a presidential debate that was that contentious?
I've never seen candidates mix it up, get inside each other's personal space bubble, as we like to say. I got to be honest, Paul, I really liked it. I mean, I thought the content was good. I don't mind them mixing it up so much as long as they stay on content, which they did. They challenge each other. But I mean, when you start talking about each other's pensions and you're 3 feet away from, nose to nose, I tell you, if you can sleep through that, you don't have a pulse.
Yeah, no, they're pointing at each other. I mean, very, just short of tapping the guy in the chest last night. Let me ask you this. There's so much back and forth. Oh, your facts are wrong. No, your facts are wrong. How much did you cut back on the drilling leases? There's no fact-checking in the moment. And how much does it matter? Do most people who watch these debates bother to check the next day to see who was telling the truth and who wasn't?
Well, a certain percentage will do that. As you know, Paul, media organizations have gotten a lot better in recent years in doing their own fact-checking. Of course, the moderator fact-checks once during the debate. She's getting dinged for that a little bit.
That was curious, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. But there's a certain percentage of people, Paul, that will do that. More than a third, probably not. You know how this goes, Paul. In television, so much of it is about impressions. And that's really what happened 2 weeks ago when Romney scored, a 30-point victory. That, as we now know, Paul, and we can look back in the last 2 weeks and say, debates do matter. And I think that's an important takeaway this year because that debate 2 weeks ago moved the needle clearly in Romney's direction. Electoral college numbers have never been tighter. Will last night's debate move the needle, Paul? For Democrats, it will. The base needed to get re-energized. Obama did that. Romney held his own, kept his people happy. I don't think it does much to move the big needles either way. Okay,
you and I always touch on the undecided because it's the undecided in just a handful of states that are going to choose our next president. What do you think? What's their takeaway?
Well, that was a room full of undecideds. Interestingly, I haven't seen a breakout yet of non-committed voters, so I'll be looking to look for those polls. But I got to tell you, it is so squeaky tight in so many of these states now. Paul, we're down to 11 battleground states. All of them within single digits, like 1 or 2%. This thing is going to be tight. And by the way, Monday's foreign policy debate, I think, is going to be very interesting because if anybody said there was a slip-up last night from Mitt it was about the embassy attack. And you expect to hear a lot about that, as well as China, another big topic for Romney on Monday night.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the president really just set it up, just teed it up for Romney on Benghazi, and Romney did not do, the damage he might have been able to. So, yeah, as you pointed out, it's all foreign policy on Monday. Last chance to get in a shot. Gary, it's always a pleasure talking to you, my friend.
Likewise, my friend.
Fox 40 political analyst Gary Dietrich, and we'll be chatting with him following not only the debate next week, but he'll be right here with us as we bring you 7 hours of coverage on Election Day.